Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Weather News Hampton Show. Now, in the last Weather News Hampton Show episode, we ranked all dozen or 13 or so films that we've done in the last 2 years from 2020 to now, basically from the Halo film all the way till Inside. If you want to go check that video out, it'll be at the top of this video, and it's the most recent one we've done, so go watch it. It's pretty cool. Today, we're going to be doing another reaction video. This will probably be our 4th or 5th one we've done on the show so far. We have a bunch of videos that we've done, and like we've said before, if y'all want us to react to a certain film, let us know. We also have stuff that we don't have, like videos on this channel that we've done. If you want us to react to that stuff, exclusive stuff, let us know. We're going to react to a certain film today, and as you can read the title, you probably know what it is. But before we get into reacting to that certain film, tell the audience what we did yesterday.
So if you're wondering what's different, I've got a mustache. So I got a mustache because I play a certain character. We said in the last video, and if you follow up on our Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, yada yada yada, this, that, and the other, you saw it, because the last video we talked about the first day of filming the big movie that we're doing. We're going to post the title and some behind the scenes photos. And that's what we did. Yesterday we filmed not really the first part, but one of the parts in the big Whether News Happens or Not production movie called Lost But Not Gone. And it is a treasure hunting, action, adventure, thriller film that we are doing. So yesterday we filmed, like you saw it, we were in a library. And we got permission to film in a library all day, to where we had it and we were free roam of what we did in the library. So we filmed inside the library yesterday. That was awesome. We had a good time. We spent like 4 hours.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, we spent like 4 something hours in the library filming. And the crazy part about it is that entire 4 hours, it was literally like, it was like non-stop filming.
Yeah.
We didn't really pause. There was a couple of times where we just like took a break, because like one of the agreements that we did that was in the contract with the library was the fact of it is a public library, and we are there on their terms too, and then we have our own terms to be able to film. But in the contract was, since it is a public library, if somebody wants to come in or whatnot, they are still allowed to. The only thing we can ask them is ask them personally. Like, we can't just say to the library, be like, hey, can you keep everybody out of this? They can't do that because it's a public library. But on our terms, we were allowed to, if somebody walked around or whatnot, we could ask them, be like, hey, we are doing this. Could you not be here right now? Which we didn't really have to do that at all.
No.
There was a couple instances where somebody came in, like one person came in, and I guess he realized what we were doing, so he just left.
Yeah.
He was like, nah, I'm out of here. But there was a couple instances where we stopped what we were doing to just kind of let them be, and then we went back to filming. But I know this film is such a big ordeal. There's so much stuff going into it. I will say this, now that we've gotten into filming, it's probably the most locations that we're going to be having in a Weather News Happens or Not film, and it's the furthest distance of locations that we'll have in a Weather News Happens or Not film too.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going into it, and the best part about it is really there's only, I was going to say 3, but I forgot, but there's only 4 of us throughout the entire film, really.
Yeah.
Now granted, there's, depending on the certain scenes that I'm thinking of right now, there is probably going to be people walking in the background. So, I mean, if you want to count that as more people, go ahead. But to us, we don't really count those. They're just kind of back there. And then there's scenes where it looks like there's a bunch of people, but there's actually not. It's just people basically doing a costume change and making it look like there's more people when there's really not.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I had fun. What about you, Trace?
It was a very interesting experience, filming in the library. We've never really done. I mean, I can't say that we've never filmed in a library before because we filmed in the high school library before.
Yeah.
But this was a bigger library, so that was a different experience, and to actually get the chance to do that is pretty cool. The fact that they thought that we were big filmmakers.
They
It's
did.
even more funny
They
because
really did.
We're not.
We're
We're just people.
just a YouTube group trying to film something that we're wanting to film. But yeah, a lot of the people that I've had conversations with about it, they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's some like movie group." Like one lady was like, "Oh, that's so awesome! You're filming a movie, this, that, and the other." And then me and Trace were like, "Yeah, but only for like YouTube." Like,
Yeah, it's people like it's kind of like when we did Who Took Sarah, and people thought that when we were doing that it was gonna be some big, production or big thing, and then you watch it, and then they're like, "Oh, what the crap,"
Yeah, I will say this is a not production aspect of like movies, but like whether it happens or not, production. This is definitely a bigger production than Who Took Sarah
Yeah.
was. So
Yeah, it's. I mean, I don't think people look at what we do and think it's some grand
no,
thing. I've always kind of looked at it as we never really try to do a grand thing because we don't have the resources for that.
No.
But
now we're
this is the
trying it.
biggest the biggest one that we have. So
We're not trying a grand thing with a bunch of people, but we are trying a grand thing of film wise. So
Yeah.
but we're trying it out, seeing how it works. Filming went good, so that was the first thing I was telling Trace about. That was the first thing that Caitlin said to me, or one of the last things that Caitlin asked me last night was, "How did you feel about filming today?" And I said, "I think we did pretty good. I think the acting was good. Lots of sarcastic and funny comments throughout it. But I will say, the one thing that about the action adventure, and since y'all now know that it is a treasure hunting action adventure, it's kind of like Indiana Jones mixed with the Mummy, mixed with the Jungle Book, mixed with whatever.
a lot
else.
of things.
Yeah, mixed with a lot of things. But what I say about those is it's set in that time period. It's set in 1930. And so there's a lot of stuff going on. It's very comical and it's very ironic. And that was the whole kind of theme that we wanted to go with, is that like classic Indiana Jones type kind of iconic setting,
Yeah.
more or less. Aesthetic, that's the word that I was thinking of. So stay tuned, and I mean, whenever we're planning on like how we do an episode every weekend, we may. It just depends, because instead of like an episode like we're doing right now, just sitting here talking, watching videos, or doing tier list, or doing whatever else we want to do.
Yeah.
There's actually things that go into making films: props, costumes, people, time, food.
Food.
So, getting food. So it just depends on how everything works. We've talked about maybe filming a little bit more of it next weekend if everybody's free too, and then who knows, if we're all free, we might sit there and try to film scenes every once in a while, or it might be just like an every other weekend thing. Who knows?
Don't expect it to come so soon.
No, me and Trace actually talked about that, and last episode after the camera got turned off, when we were talking more about it, I went through the script, and me and Trace talked about how kind of the lineup of like how everything was gonna go in a way, and we were sitting here thinking about, okay, like this is how long this might take, this is how long this might take, this is how long this might be in the film, or this might, and then we were comparing contrast of like, so this is how we filmed this scene in Who Took Sarah, and this is how long it was. This scene kind of resembles the same amount of talking in a way, so this might be how long this is, and then we've figured out like, oh god, and there's a lot more stuff in this than there is in Who Took Sarah.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Trey said, don't expect this to come out in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
More like maybe 2 months. So
Maybe, yeah.
or maybe longer.
Who knows?
Who knows? So, but definitely don't expect it within like 3 weeks to a month, because 3 weeks to a month we're still gonna be filming.
Yeah, probably.
So,
yeah.
And we also talked about, since it is such a big ordeal, there's a lot that goes into it, and it's a little bit stressful on some areas of it. I'm just getting around, doing this, that, and the other, reading the script, and all sorts of random bullcrap. We have talked about to like somewhat give us a break, and we're still doing the show, like the Weather News Happens or Not show, but to maybe give us like a somewhat of an ease, like a break of filming the movie. If we have a costume or just like some like really small story for a short film, we might film that in a day like we normally do, and then edit the next day and then post it. So y'all have like small short film to watch while we're filming this catastrophe unfold. So
we'll keep talking about it as the episodes go on, because if it was an everyday thing, we wouldn't really get to talk about it all the time. But we'll update y'all on Instagram and on the show as well about it. But like I said at the beginning of this video, we are going to be doing another reaction video today. And it is going to be of Star Wars Bounty, which is a film that we did not even a year ago. We did it last October, about a month before we did Inside. And we've talked about it a little bit in the last video, where I mentioned the fact that it was the first time we ever filmed on a Sunday, the entire thing on a Sunday, because we normally don't film on Sundays. And it was the second time that we've used a set and the carport as a set of Dawson's. And so that was a very interesting thing to use, and we'll talk about more of the stuff like we normally do in the reactions. If you've seen them before, we pause, talk, all that junk. In the film, Dawson plays Jasper McBride, and I play Maverick Garalia, who is a bounty hunter. So Dawson is also a bounty hunter in that as well. And Preston Powell's in it. Preston's in it, as well as Shaden Hextar, who's also a bounty hunter. And Caitlin's in it as Valerie Turnell, a bartender, who may or may not have a relationship with Dawson. It's really confusing. But it was cool to do, and y'all get to see us watch the entirety of it. No cutting. So if you want to go watch the film, go watch it now before we watch it. Or you can just watch it with us, because that's what we're about to do. We're about to sit here and watch this great Star Wars film. We're going to watch Star Wars Bounty, tell you some stuff behind the scenes with it, our takes on it, and yeah, it should be really fun. It's, I think it's like 16 minutes, I believe. Yeah, the average length of a short film that we do. About 16, 20 minutes. So, here we go. Star Wars Bounty. Oh yeah, I forgot it was the intro.
Yeah.
The new intro.
With the actual logo.
With the logo in it, yeah. I remember I was trying to get the color scheme for the text, and I was like, we were just like, yeah, let's just do it the color of Jasper's outfit.
Yeah.
So we had to figure that out.
So it's like a sand kind of color.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, that's the part we talked about in the last video where it looks like it goes into the earth. Yeah, which is pretty wild. Even though it's not the earth.
Yeah. I still like that shot, though. And then, of course, this right here.
Our typical nature shots. Gotta have one of those in there. If not a nature shot, shots of something. Something. What's funny is that these nature shots are filmed at my house.
Yeah.
They're not even filmed, because we forgot to film them until, like, the next day. And we just Well, there was the next weekend when we started editing it, and we just went outside because we forgot to get
It's your turn. You
nature
gotta go.
shots.
I won. Oh my gosh, man. Oh, not again. So then I told him, if you don't give me the credits, I'm gonna blast you in the next oblivion. You really said that?
Pointing the gun at you.
Yeah, he was gonna shoot
I
me
don't
with it.
believe you. Of course it happened. You think you're so cool?
The liquid in these bottles is Gatorade.
Yeah, they are.
Space juice.
Will you listen here, Mr. Shaden Hexstar? I'm the fastest gunslinger on the planet.
Is he though?
Yeah, and then steps in a dark figure.
This is where we could have used these lights.
Yeah, we could have, yeah.
So what else happened?
Mind you, we made this set in like 5 seconds.
We really did.
We made it in like a split second, so...
This is what we...
Jasmine McBride, it's good to see you back in town again.
Hey.
You paged me like you said you would, though. How's everything been? Busy?
Well, now, I've been kind of busy.
I bet. Bounty hunting is a very complicated and busy job.
How would you know? You've never done it!
It's not
You
bad.
don't know.
Say, Val, what happened to this place? Used to be people from all around that come here.
I actually said
Well,
the
ever
lines
since
in real life,
Maverick
and then we
Raleigh
took
showed up
out
in
my
town and
voice, and
terrorizing
then I said the
everybody,
lines
something
again on
very
Trace's
active.
phone to do the little voice change thing with the helmet on.
Which is somewhat hard to do
Yeah.
when we have
It's
to
just
do
been
it.
really hard to at least keep the walls up over here now.
It's not the first time we've done it,
Yeah.
because when we wear helmets, it's hard to
Mhm.
understand what we're saying.
What did you say his name was again?
Maverick Raleigh, I've been singing.
Oh, how the turntables have turned.
Oh, how the tables turntable.
Turntable.
Is this seat taken?
Well, does it look like anyone's sitting there, my friend?
We also put behind Dawson's voiceover background noise, so it wouldn't sound quiet the
Yeah.
entire time.
So, Mandalorian, what brings you here?
Oh, you know. Just a stranger passing through. See an old friend. I hear you, friend.
What?
So,
What?
Mr.
We've come to
Mandalorian,
realize Preston's character is
What can we
drunk
call you?
this entire
Yeah,
time.
pretty much. I would say so.
You can call me Jasper.
Do you have a last name there, Jasper?
Jasper. Jasper McBride.
Well, Mr. Rickbride, it's nice to meet you. You play?
Occasionally.
So, do you gamble, Mr. McBride?
Only with my life. Never my money. It's an interesting way of living.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was
That was
hilarious.
somehow funny.
So, Mr. McBride, what do you like to gamble with your life, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, you know.
He's really fascinated with this cup.
Yeah, very fascinated with the stuff in the cup.
What kind of jobs?
Hunting.
One of the better talking scenes I think we've done,
Hunter.
especially with the way we cut it up and
Oh,
Hello,
yeah.
Hunter. You must have heard of me then.
Yes. Maverick Raleigh. The one that killed the Camilla twins on Coruscant.
Yep, that was me. It's a pretty good job, but it paid a good bit as well. Ha ha ha, Maverick.
Yeah.
What about you?
Got him.
Have you gone to couple of good ones?
Oh, you know, just here and there when I can.
How does 1200 sound?
It was
So what exactly do they call you?
Call many things. Some people have called me Mando. Some people have called me Jasper. I've also been known by as the man with no name.
And the man who's fascinated with his cup. Oh my god.
Preston's face.
I know who you are, Mr. Maverick. I also know you're not the one that killed the Camille twins. Because I did.
Uh-oh.
A lowlife from the bounty hunter.
You shut your mouth.
Whoa, where did my accent go?
I also know you're not a good hunter. And that pisses you off.
What?
So all you do is terrorize a town. Make yourself feel better.
It looks like nobody lives in this town.
So how do you know so much about me?
Green screen. Wow.
That actually came out really good.
Yeah. If you pause the video, you'll actually get to see it.
Yeah, it
better.
has Trace's face and Wanted and all sorts of stuff. It's not him.
I'm in a pretty good mood. So, I'm going to give you two options. One, you go up there and you apologize to the nice lady and you leave this planet and never return. And hope to God I never find you.
That'd have been a funny ending to the film.
Yeah.
Goes up there, I'm sorry, bye.
I'm sorry.
See you later.
We gamble with our lives.
I think I'm gonna go with option 2. No,
Well,
most of the film is just talking,
I'm going to give me another
which
drink.
I didn't think I realized that until we started editing it, that all of it was just talking.
Most of it, yeah.
What option y'all want?
And this is where I shatter a cup.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
It broke.
It was already cracked when I threw it.
Here we go.
Goodbye.
She was ready. I'm surprised he's so drunk he can stand up.
Right.
Spy Kids activated.
Spy Kids.
Spy Kids activated. Stuff's about to go down, son. You know it's never good when people crowd around a Mandalorian. Realistically, that cup would have shattered if you hit me in the face with it.
Well, remember the edit I made? I made it look like it's showing
Oh,
Preston's
okay.
face.
Wow!
I love that shot so much.
This is also the one that we talked about where I risked my body.
Yeah.
And we put our bodies on the line here for this.
He's got a knife. He's got a knife.
Yeah. And Dawson's also got a knife.
And he's got a wrist blade.
Hidden.
I've also got a knife in my boot, so
It's hidden. Do a flip!
do a flip.
Ooh.
Got him.
Hit him with it.
Got him.
Oh!
Got him.
This scene right here was my idea because I wanted to get kicked to the wall. I thought it would look cool. And then it just looked like, eh.
Well, we made it to where they would like rip.
Yeah, rip
But
off.
it only ripped one side, so the wall like came back.
Yeah, and we're like,
that
oh,
didn't
well.
work.
It just came back like a curtain.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, Preston's gone. The second time Preston has died in a film.
And your character's gone
And,
too.
wow, I'm fast.
He's out of there.
I'm fast, but I'm not fast enough.
Why are you running?
I don't,
Why are you
I don't
running?
want to die. See, not fast enough.
Why are you running?
Now we're in Dawson's Woods.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of the videos, you know what these woods are.
Let me take this. Off right
I'm gonna
here.
strip off. Yeah, because that thing was bothering me, so I had to take it off. Oh yeah, and that was too, because I couldn't see.
Oh, hey.
What's up, man? You're fast.
How's it going?
What do you want?
your
Pretty
life.
good money on your head, Mr. Maverick.
You didn't say specifically how much it was.
When you treated the people of this planet, I don't like it.
Well, I won't let you take me.
It doesn't matter if you're dead or alive. All I need is a body.
I'm the fastest gunslinger in the
You
galaxy.
tend to say that a lot.
Want to test that theory?
Ah, gambling with your life, Mr. McBride. Well, I guess your gambling days are over. It was nice meeting you, but now it's time for me to kill you.
I'm surprised I got that in one take. I didn't think I would get that in one take.
You're a daisy if you do.
I love how in some of these scenes, I look tired as crap. But some of them I just look like, end my life right now.
And me.
Say when.
Like right there. Please just shoot me now. What's gonna happen? Well,
Well,
credits, yeah!
and over.
That's it. No. And she's back up. She just conveniently knew when it was over.
Yep. You know, just casual.
She's just gonna have to clean up the dead body in front of her
Her thing right there.
her bar.
Tommy. Hey, look, there he is. Where did he go?
He vanished. She must have already cleaned it up.
She must have already cleaned him.
You okay?
Of course.
Well, she was hiding.
Yeah,
Entire time.
behind the table.
Oh, and Jasper, please pay me when you're
Hey, look, there's a gun on the table now.
Yeah, she was prepared.
You know,
She stole it from him.
I guess so.
He had a secret one.
Of course.
He's got to do some little flirting there for at the end. Yo, eats the camera. Star Wars bounty. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. This video in last year was the most viewed video we did last year. It was Who Took Sarah, but this one beat it out because it's Star Wars.
I was gonna say, usually the Star Wars videos, they'll just...
I will say, but when we first started doing them, they didn't do hardly nothing
They didn't
when we
do
first
anything.
did them.
Then they actually started doing it really good.
Yeah,
So,
out of nowhere.
what'd you think about filming that film?
As you can tell by the look on my face in the video, I look very tired, and I look like, please Jasper, end my life now. I was very tired. We went to one of his brother's football game the day before,
Yeah,
and we drove around Dawsonville most of that day,
I remember that.
and we did a lot of stuff that day before, so I think we were all tired. But we couldn't get Preston until Sunday,
Yeah.
so that's why we filmed it on a Sunday. But we hung out the day before, and it was a very tiring day. Some of the scenes, I'm just going to say this now, some of the scenes in the new film we're doing, I look tired.
He even also almost falls asleep at one point.
Yes, I
So-
do, multiple times.
Multiple times,
Multiple
actually.
times. It's like me in real life.
So.
But that was Star Wars Bounty. We did that. We filmed that entire film in one day, and we didn't start editing it until the next weekend. And that's where we filmed the nature shots and the shot where the ship comes out of the sky and looks like it crash landed. But you
That
know,
would have been a shot. Boom!
the film would have been over by then.
Film done.
Yeah, film is over. Guy goes in a planet and crash lands.
Now,
there you go.
that, which, we'd have to find one, or we could just use the same ship. I don't
Yeah.
think anybody's going to notice. But, that is kind of the starting of the Senate Guard film goes off because they crash land.
Yeah.
Because they get shot down. And then a rescue ship comes by. But stuff happens between
Yeah,
then.
I was about to say what happened, but then I realized, we haven't done it yet. But
we haven't done that film yet.
it's funny though, because as I was talking about that, it made me think of in the Halo film we did the same beginning as we did in that film, where except the difference is Cole crashes and Jasper doesn't.
Yeah.
But they go onto a planet. It's basically almost the same thing, in a way. But
Cole's Warthog got blew up.
yeah.
That was also a green screen.
Yeah, that was green screen, and the mud tracks were not.
No, but we did use that because it made it look like the Warthog came through, so we were like, hey, this works.
He slipped on some mud.
Which reminds me, whenever we do the Halo film, which we keep talking about it, but now we're talking about the Halo film, so who knows? That might be next week's video.
Yeah.
But now that it's back on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube now, guys. Go watch it. And I think I know why it got copyrighted, because I saw in the news at work that Taylor Swift, released a different version of that song.
That would make sense.
Yeah, and so that's why our videos got blocked, because I guess she released a new version of it, because I heard they said safe and sound. I'm like, we used that one.
Oh, we
And
used
so,
that
yeah.
one. You suck!
We had to strip it off of the video.
Video.
Yeah, the video. The video.
I did think about that new Halo film that I was telling you about, using the gator.
Yeah, we've got characters and stuff for that now. We somewhat have an idea of what we want to do with that.
Kind of.
But Star Wars Bounty was fun to do.
Yeah,
we got to do most of the same stuff that we did in Out of Office, but that was just me and Dawson. We used the space juice again. We used somewhat of the same containers-ish like we did for that, but except we used actual... If you want us to react to that film, we'll talk about it more. But we had like actual glass in that one, and this one was not. It was
like
plastic. But it was pretty cool to do, having to set up that set in like 5 seconds, and just kind of just work with whatever we had, because it's all we have. We don't have a lot of money, people. But Star Wars Bounty was... I always consider the video or the film that always gets the most views at the end of the year, the film of the year, and that was the film of the year if you consider views wise. Not now for the film of the year for me would be the Who Took Sarah, but that is just me. But for views wise, it was that one, because it's getting close to 600 views, and yeah, it's our channel trailer. So if you want to go watch it again, go watch it again. Because The Woods was our channel trailer last year, because it had, 27,000 views. And this one has close to 600. And it's our channel trailer. So you can get an idea of what we exactly do here. But, yeah, we did Star Wars Bounty. That was fun. I honestly thought that was going to be the last film we did of the year.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think that we would be doing any more. And then we did Inside. So that didn't happen. Or that never came to be. But Dawson did talk about in the last video how he came up with Jasper, because Jasper's not a real character, Maverick's not a real character, Shaden's not a real character, and Valerie's not a real character. This is the Weather News Hammers Are Not Star Wars universe. So they're in the same universe as South Jardé.
Yep.
And other characters that we've talked about as well. Because the films like Solo and Anakin versus Harry Potter is in the actual Star Wars universe. But we have our own separate thing.
See.
And it's South Jardé.
They could be in the Star Wars universe. They just might be never talked about.
Yeah, they might be referenced to. Because there's South Jardé, Michael Vanti, Jarix, all those people that are in that universe. Speaking of that, I have a playlist. You should go on our channel with all the Star Wars videos. So go watch those. It's the whole Weather News Hammers on a Star Wars universe. We got every film that we've done that involves Star Wars.
Yep.
All the way back until 2015. Which is wild. With the Battle of Endor.
Yeah.
Not really the Battle of Endor, because it's in a house. That's fun. The Battle of the House.
Battle of the House.
But you want to say anything about Star Wars Bounty?
Not too much. We talked about it in the last video too. I love it because it's the Mandalorian and there's good fighting. There's a good story to it. We did a set. Like he said, we literally built a set. It felt like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
But speaking of sets, we got a set that's going to be building again. That's even bigger and has a bigger budget, and it's going to be an actual like set for the movie. But
yeah,
you'll see that whenever that comes
when
out.
the time comes.
When the time comes.
When the time comes.
But I loved it. I don't know. We've talked about doing a series called The Stories of Jasper McBride, where these characters are reoccurring. That goes throughout, well, except for...
Well, Valerie and you would be the most recurring ones.
So, instead of the bounty hunters, because they're dead now.
Well, yeah, they're dead. If you couldn't get the idea, that's what happened. I got shot. Preston obviously got shot.
Or Trace's character is still alive, he was just wounded.
That could also be a
him
thing.
Alive.
That would be a funny little twist for Maverick's the true villain in the first season of The Stories of Jasper McBride. We might have just spoiled everything for you. No, I'm kidding. Who knows? We haven't really thought of it that much. Not as much as we have for the South Jardé series, which we kind of already know what we want to do for season 2 for that.
Yep.
Which it's pretty big. I would say it's pretty big. It's pretty big than bigger than Jasper's, because we haven't come up with Jasper's season 1 ending yet. We did the season 1 ending for South Jardé, which was Star Wars: The Stranger. We talked about that in the last video as well. But yeah, y'all have to stay tuned for that, for any more Star Wars stuff that we do plan on doing more. We also plan on doing more Halo stuff, speaking of sci-fi films and universes and everything. We might even do more Power Ranger stuff. We've talked about doing that.
Yep.
And that's also sci-fi stuff, franchise-y-ish things. Kamen Rider, all that junk. Red Ranger film, yeah.
We might even do Owl.
Owl, yeah, we've talked about doing Owl. Like we've talked in previous episodes, we haven't really started doing original characters until we got out of high school, because when we were in high school, we did a lot of Red Hood, Joker, Nightwing, Arrow, all those people. We did a lot of actual comic book people. And people like, I gotta think on the top of my head, like the Red Ranger thing in the high school. That was all actual characters. Mm-hmm. Stuff like that. We were doing that, and then we got out of high school, and then we just started making up people. South Jardé was really the first character we ever thought of. And we wanted to do a series, and then we didn't continue it until 2 years later, because we didn't know what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
But that was Star Wars Bounty. We watched all of it. Like I said, you can go watch the actual film. Or if you made it this far, you've already watched it. So, yeah, good for you. You did a great job. But that's going to do it here for us for another episode of the Weather News Happens But Not show. Like we always say, if you want us to react to any more of our films, including the stuff I said at the beginning, the stuff that's not on Weather News Happens or Not, because there are some things that are not on Weather News Happens or Not that we have not watched in a very, very long time. Mm. So if you want us to watch those, let us know in the comments down below. Like this video if you liked it, and if you liked the short film that we did. Very much appreciated. And subscribe. Very most important part. Subscribe to the Weather News Happens or Not channel if you like these episodes. If you want us to do more episodes, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single episode of the Weather News Happens or Not show. Like I said in previous episodes, Season 2 is coming. We're going to keep saying that until it gets here. Yeah, and then you'll know Season 2 will be here. But Season 2 is ever so approaching.
It is not here.
It is not here yet, but it is on its way. My name is Trey Sparks.
My name is Dawson Mullins.
See you guys in the next Weather News Happens or Not episode. Bye-bye.
Peace.